NBA Finals Game 1. Let's get it. Daniel Gafford, point, rebounds, and assist line is set at 15.5. Look at the last 10 games. He's covering that at 90% of the last 10 games, all playoff games. I don't know what happened in this game. He only had 3 rebounds and what? 5 points? And he played 28 minutes. Did he get hurt? I don't even remember. I don't care. 90% of the last 10 games, he's went over 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. They have it at plus 102. Who is this? Probably, I guarantee it's like FanDuel. And it is. But I'm taking it over. 15.5. Daniel Gafford. Let's go look at his field goals. He only takes 6 attempts. He only averages 6 shots per game, but he's shooting 72%. He don't have to take a lot of shots. He doesn't at all. Hey, look at this. He took 3 shots and made 3 shots right here, and he still covered. He had 9 rebounds and 11 points. Like, Daniel Gafford over 15.5 is a steal, in my opinion, just because of this little history. I understand that it's game 1, and it's a new team, and it's the Boston Celtics. I'm going over. PJ Washington, I like his rebound line. His rebound should be at 5.5, and it is. Minus 118 to go over. This is the last 10 games. It's hitting at 70%. I don't like this, though. Over, under, over, under. Come on, man. Oh, you can save the custom filters and alerts. Anyway, why would that come up when I'm recording a video? PJ Washington line at 5.5 rebounds. I'm going over. I don't like this, though. Under, over, under, over, under, over, under. I don't like that at all. However, it's hitting at 70%. He covered it in 4 straight games against OKC, but then he went, at 5.5 rebounds. Like, you got to go over this. Come on, PJ, give me something. Luka Doncic, I'm only taking 1 line, and it's game 1, and I'm staying with this one, and it's his points. It's at 31.5. I think I got it at 30. Where is it? Luka? Nope. I got him at 31.5. I need Luka to score 32 points. This is the last 10 games. I'm looking at the last 5 games to make me feel better about this decision. It's a new team. Those are all against Minnesota, those 5 games. It's Luka Doncic. There's no one in the NBA stopping Luka. Luka is the only one that can stop himself by shooting 5 for 20 and not going over. But I'm taking Luka Doncic over 31.5 points. But you want to look at his points and assists, the bitch is going to be high. Oh, it's at 40.5. Let's see what his PRA is. It's at 49.5. He covered it in the last 2 games. 3 out of the last 5 games. But, let's see if he has any. Look, this is against the Boston Celtics in the last 4 games. Like, they're not stopping Luka, bro. I understand this was in March. This was in January. And both of these are previous seasons. But just the last 2 games he played against Boston. Didn't he just hit a game winner against Boston? Was that this season? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I'm taking Luka points. I'm going to look at his points versus Boston in those 2 games that he played this season. He scored 33 and 37. The line's at 31.5. I'm going over. That's all I need to see. No, I'm lying. Let me look at his rebounds for you guys that are looking to take his rebounds. Over 9.5 is plus 114. In the last 4 games, this is his rebound. In the last 4 games against Boston, this was his rebound line. These 2 games for this season. I think the favorite is for him to go under 9.5 rebounds, but I'm staying away from that one. I'm playing Luka over 31.5 points. Let's go. Jayson Tatum. You already know I'm going straight to Jayson Tatum, points, rebounds, and assists. It's at 42.5. I thought they would come down. This is the new team. This is game 1. 41.5 was my automatic under, but that has changed according to how he's played the last 10 games. Like, 42.5 might be on par. It just might be on par. I'm going to look at his points really quick. The points are at 26.5, slightly favored to go over. I like that. Let's look at against the 2 games this season that he played against the Dallas Mavericks. He scored 39 points and 32 points. Look at his field goal. He averages 21 shots per game against Boston. He took 21 and 19 shots. He shot 53 and 52% in those games. I might take Jayson Tatum over 26.5 points. Stay away from the PRA line. But I know the rebound is going to be crazy. They should be at 9.5. It is. Slightly favored to go over. This is head-to-head versus Dallas Mavericks in the last 2 games this season. You can look at the last 10 for his rebounds. Like, I think the rebounds are safe. Over 9.5 rebounds got to be safe here. But I'm sticking with the points. For my play, I'm taking Jayson Tatum. Did I put it on here? Nope. But I like Jayson Tatum over 26.5 points. I got Jaylen Brown on here, but Jaylen Brown was a steal. Jaylen Brown was a deal on Boom Fantasy app. They slashed his points line to 16.5. So I jumped on that, obviously. That's why I took him instead of Tatum, because of that point slash line. Yo, Boom Fantasy app, the link is in the description. The Boom Fantasy app link is at my website, which is in the description. ReallyRico.lol. You can find it below. But you see, I have him at 16.5 points. His normal line is at 25.5 points, and they think he goes over. This is the last 10 games. This is the last 5 games, and then the 2 head-to-head games this season, he scored 38 and 30 against the Dallas Mavericks. I'm safe here. I got him at 16.5 points. What else do you want me to do? I can look at his rebounds. Look at Jaylen Brown rebounds at 6.5. That's high. He had 7, 3, 7, and 4. These are the last 2 games versus Dallas this season. Look at his last 10 games, and the over 6.5 rebounds only hitting at 30%. I'll stay away from that. And you know his assist line, you go under. Oh, it's at 2.5. I guess I could go over this, but I wouldn't. As you can see in the last 10 games, the over is only hitting at 40%. I stay away from his assist line. I got him in points slashed at 16.5. There's no other line I'm taking with Jaylen Brown. Yo, Al Horford point rebounds and assists is dropped all the way to 13.5. It's slightly favored to go over at -120. This is the last 10 games, and then let me show you the 2 games this season against the Dallas Mavericks. He's gone well over. Like, I like Al Horford over 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is the last 5 games. 13.5, that's just too low. I know Porzingis is back. But his line was at 19.5. They slashed it. Like I said, man, everything that we think we can find out is already baked into the line, is baked into the odds. They know more than we do. I'm going over Al Horford, 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And then Kristaps Porzingis. Kristaps Porzingis is back for game 1 after missing who knows how many games. They show his last 10 games here, but I could care less because it wasn't even in the playoffs. Well, maybe that, though. He played in the Miami series before he was left. This is head-to-head versus the Dallas Mavericks this season. He had 1 game, which was on March 1st. He scored 20 points, rebounds, and assists. That's first half. Look at the total. That's first half. He scored 32 points, rebounds, and assists in his only game versus Dallas Mavericks this season. He had 24 points and 6 rebounds. And 2 assists. His line is at 23.5. This is his first game back. Let's look at his rebounds. It might be low. Oh, I'm gonna do under his rebounds and assists. I'm gonna go under Kristaps Porzingis, 8.5 rebounds and assists. In his only game versus Boston this season, he had 6 rebounds, 2 assists. I'm not afraid of that. I like Kristaps Porzingis to go under 8.5 rebounds and assists. His point, rebounds, and assist line is at par. It's 23.5. His last 10 games that he played, the over is hitting at 60%. But those games too long ago, the playoffs is well in full blast, and he hasn't played. So I'm gonna just go under on that rebounds and assists and see how he does. Maybe we'll reevaluate for games 2 through 6. Dallas and 6. Camera over here. Dallas and 6. Fuck Boston. Yo, Kyrie Irving, the only line I'm playing on Kyrie Irving is probably assists or rebounds. But let's look at his rebounds and assists first. Bang. It's at 8.5. In the last 10 games, the over's hitting at 60%. How many games versus Boston this season? He played in 2? Nah. Wait, yep, he played in 2. Those numbers don't look good. They're not consistent enough. Let's look at his point line. Going to be at, 23.5? Versus Boston, he ain't handling that in either one in his last 10 games. Hell no. I know he had 36 points in that last game. I'll look at Kyrie points for games 3 and beyond. Outside of that, let's hope his rebounds at 4 or 3.5, and we'll go over. It's at 3.5. I'll take Kyrie Irving over 3.5 rebounds. His assists should be the same. They might be at 4.5, and they are. I like the rebound over better than this. I like Kyrie Irving to go over 3.5 rebounds. That's all I'm playing with until I see what he wants to do. You know how it goes with Kyrie Irving. This is game 1. of the NBA Finals. You already know. Let's get this dough.